Get your free copy of the complete tutorial at www.teachucomp.com/free.
Next, you will look at filtering the result set of a query by using multiple field criteria. Most often, when you have multiple criteria in a query, you will either want the query to show records that match both value X and value Y in different fields, or show records that contain value X or value Y within the same or different fields. It's unusual to use an AND condition within a single field, but it isn't unheard of either. This is because when you use the AND condition, a record will only be returned in the result set if it meets all criteria conditions specified by the AND condition. When using the OR condition, a record will be displayed in the result set if it matches any of the criteria conditions specified by the OR condition. Now, when you use the QBE grid to set up your AND and OR conditions, you must make use of the multiple fields that appear in the criteria and OR rows. To establish an AND condition between query criteria, the criteria must be placed into the same criteria row. This is typically how you will create an AND condition between query criteria. Now, if you had to use an AND condition within a single field, however, it would have to be using this sort of syntax. Greater than 50 and less than 100. If you put that all in the same query criteria cell, in this case you would find any amounts that were over 50 and simultaneously under 100 within the field under which you place this criteria. So here we have one line in the sale price that was 75. So note that it had to meet both criteria in order to be included. Now you can also join multiple query criteria together with an OR condition within a query. Now, to establish an OR condition between query criteria, you place the query criteria into separate criteria rows under the same column. This is usually how you will use an OR condition. It also works the same way for OR conditions on multiple fields. You simply place the additional query criteria under the other field in the next OR criteria row. So it's useful to remember that any criteria placed into the same criteria row will be considered to be joined together with an AND condition, and any criteria placed into different criteria rows are considered to be joined with the OR condition. So if I wanted to see any orders where the order ID was 2 or 3, you could simply write 2 under the order ID column in the first criteria row, click into the next line where it says OR, and type 3. And you can continue that if you wanted to down that column. When you run it, you'll see any records where the order ID was 2 or 3. An alternate way to do that is just as you wrote the AND criteria if desired. You could simply write 2 or 3 in a single cell. You'll get the same result set.
Like what you see? Pick up your free copy of the complete tutorial at www.teachucomp.com/free.